What's up, guys? Today I have an announcement to make, but I forgot to say it to you guys. When I over, you know what happened when you overdose and something like that? Well, you know what happened is that when I did that during alcohol, things turned out very badly. What I meant by badly is I have a near death experience. I'm not joking, okay? I'm not joking. But what happened is that I was in hell. Really in hell. And I'm not joking around. I saw Satan. Satan was saying, don't overdose anymore. I know you're gonna say, like, oh, it's fake. No, I don't believe you. If you don't believe me, go in hell by yourself. But I'm not gonna encourage you to go to hell, you know, that's not how it works. That's very rude. But what I was saying is that to believe it, you have to see God to yourself and show what hell is. And you're gonna believe me that when you get a near death experience, you're gonna see what I mean. By how dangerous it is to see Satan and hell itself. And it's not fiction, it's real. Both hell and heaven. Both hell and heaven is real, as is a lifetime. As I got to the life experience myself, and if the experience has worked, it means it's real. It wasn't a dream. It felt really real. After I was that was during while I was 17 years old. And then my heart cracked. And after that, I briefly did not breathe. Zero movement. I was like, well, I was kinda dead, but I wasn't fully dead. Because my heart wasn't breathing, neither my movement, but at the same time, this is kinda very, very dangerous, as I did not got movement in a perfectly way, but and after that, I snore like a well, like a real human does. But when you do not breathe, you're not a human anymore, you're a spirit. But I was briefly a spirit. Alright, the reason why I got in hell is because of my gluttony and my wrath. Maybe pride too. Hold on. It's all the 7 deadly sins that I got. Pride, lust, wrath, gluttony, then the SLOTH, number 6, envy, and then number 7, hold on, 7 deadly sins. Alright, lust, gluttony, greed, slut, wrath, envy, and pride. Okay, those are the 7. And this is what I always got. I did all the 7 deadly sins, and this is what you should not do. But I cannot help it. I am pride. Hopefully I'm not going to hell after that. It'd be super bad. Okay. But it is my choice. Okay. Nimbus. I am Nimbus. Uh-oh. Eesh, that's my problem. Greed, treachery, fraud, deceit, perjury, worthlessness, violence, and hardness. Oh no. I did not do perjury, but treachery, fraud, and deceit, and worthlessness, violence, and hardness. Yes, mostly online. Mostly online. Lust, like adultery, rape, bestiality. Crap. Does serial adultery? Well, online serial adultery. Is it still lust or it doesn't? It doesn't cut, right? Tell me it doesn't cut, okay? I don't want to go to hell like that. Oh no. My accent can my accent might think that I did a bad word, but due to my accent, I don't know what I'm saying, but whatever. SLOTH. Hold on. Boredom, hardcore, apathy. Oh no. I am apathy and boredom most of the time, but that doesn't mean I'm going to hell for that, right? It'd be super bad. Immorality. No, that's not me. That's not me. I'm moral. I am moral. Emotionally, cognitively. Most likely cognitive. Wrath, anger, rage, and hatred. Very often. Seek vengeance. Yes. Angry people are slaves to themselves. Kinda. Envy. Hatred. Sorrow cause hatred. Another prosperity. Choice on another misfortune. Defaming the other person, which that's envy. Describing a sad or sinful covetousness towards someone else. Yes, I do am envious. Depends on the situation. Pride, humility, okay. Hubris, unchastity, anger, greed, drunkenness, and all that. Yeah, it happens most of the time. Pride. deceitful, lies, cause foolish actions against common sense. Chris. Kinda makes sense. Oh my gosh. This is bad. I don't want to go to hell. Because I don't want to go. Dante. Inferno. Evil. Wiki. To those who's in hell, there is no escape. They will throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Oh, there's also a true quote in the Villains Wiki Damsel. Do you know what happens when you die? Well, if you live a life like I did, you go to hell. Oh yeah, in my case, it was for a couple of seconds. No, there though, it was years and years. And there's a door just for you on the side while you use your own love against you. For me, I love life. Everything about it. I got a hunger for it. So they starve me. No food, no other people, no nothing, no TV! Oh boy, that's kind of dramatic. That's what happened. Obviously. Alright, this is from George Cloud Fuller. And he shall smite the wicked and plunge them into the fiery pit. It is required for every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed whether to the world witness that while it cannot share on the earth, but might have shared and turned to happiness. From Sebastian, that's how it is, and always will be. Night after night, we have to retell the evil things we did in our lives. Night after night, for all eternity. Okay. So, hold on. Paranormal Hell Theology. It's from Kento third of Dante Inferno. Abandon all your hope, ye who enter here. Alright, this is from Limbo, from Dante Inferno. Limbo is the destination of the virtuous pagans, unbaptized children, and other great philosophers and poets who like the acquired fate to enter paradise, or died before the time of Christ's death. Heaven does not accept them for these reasons. Yet deeper, hell does not accept them for their non-sinfulness. Therefore, the only punishment is limbo, is the denial of paradise. Limbo consists of a lush grassy plain with a brook and a great citadel lit with the power of human reason. Limbo itself, therefore, is representative of the limitations of human reason. As according to Dante, fate is required to enter heaven. Divine reason, according to Dante, was radiant and beautiful, but nowhere near the radiance and beauty of paradise. The gluttons are sentenced to the third circle of hell. But no, I forgot lust. Those guilty of lust are punished in the second circle of hell. The carnal and lustful are brown about by a savage wine, unable to find rest. In some interpretation of Inferno, the wind sexually... Oh my gosh, no! I'm not gonna say that! Stop, Wiki, you made me say it! Them, as the lustful could never control the tempest of their passionate life, instead they are blown out uncontrollably. The murky hair within the circle represents our passion, precluded the ability to reason. Alright, gluttony. The gluttons are sentenced to the third circle of hell, forever doomed to lay buried within a putrid black slush, and bombarded, oh my gosh, that's a harsh word to say, with freezing black rain, as they spent their life producing only garbage. Ooh, they themselves lie like garbage. Oh my gosh, I don't want to go there. While the monstrous dog Cerberus slavers over them, as they have slavered over food and drink in life. Okay. Whoa. The fourth circle has two types of greed, the avarice and the prodigal. Known for commonly as the hoarders and wasters, as the hoarder constantly accumulates wealth, the waster constantly spends wealth. In hell, the hoarders and wasters are separated into two mobs. Each soul pushes a great boulder-like weight. The two mobs meet, clashing their weights together, separating them, repeating the process for eternity. As one mob yells, "Why do you hoard?" the other responds, "Why do you waste?" Thus, one extreme is used to punish the other. The dead weights that are pushed around symbolize the mundanity of wealth, and each soul is damned beyond recognition, for they have destroyed the light of God within the self by thinking of nothing but money. Raft. Okay. The fifth circle consists of the Styx marshes. The wrathful and the sullen are punished here. The wrathful attack one another upon the muddy surface of Styx, while the sullen are submerged entirely within the mud and forced to gargle a twisted parody of a hymn. In life, the Watful responded with anger. So it is fitting that in death they spent an eternity releasing their anger upon other damsel in fits of violence. As the sullen and depressed were bidding in, the air made sweet by the sun. They are entombed within the dark, black meshes of sticks. Heresy. Heretics, according to Dante, were those who preached that the soul died with the body. Therefore, their symbolic punishment is to be placed within a flaming stone tomb in the sixth circle of hell. These tombs are located within hell's capital. This, which is guarded by Medusa and the Furies. Hold on, Furies or the... I'm confused. Violence. Violence is divided into 3 rounds: against neighbors, against self, against God, nature, and heart. Okay? The violent against neighbors, consisting of murderers, psychopaths, warmongers, and others, are punished by being immersed, said, within a boiling river of blood. We compense for the blood they spilled in their lifetimes. Further down is the wood of the against self. Those who destroy their bodily form in life are denied a human form in hell. Instead, they take the form of a tree, whose leaves and branches are broken and eaten by the harpies. Okay, the solid Christian can only speak as long as blood flows against their wounds, as the ultimate expression of their lives was self-destruction. They are only permitted to speak when they are wanted. After the wood are punished those who commit violence against God, nature, and heart, damned with different punishments in an abominable desert, bombarded with a flaming rain. The blasphemers, those who commit violence against God, are stretched out among the sands. The sodomites, those who are violent against nature, are forced to run in an endless circle, while the usurers, the violent against heart idols on the sands, each wearing a purse with a coat of arms around his neck and being forced to forever stare at it. Okay. Fraud, there's so many list of that. I will try to read all of this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Peddlers and seducers are punished by walking in line for eternity, driven along by horned demons with lashes. Ooh. Flatterers are sunk in a excrement, which is symbolic of the value of the flattery. Okay. Simoniacs are sellers of ecclesiastic favors and offices, are turned upside down in the pit, and the soles of their feet are burned in a mock baptism. As new sinners arrive, the old ones drop into the vice of the rock and disappear eternally. Sorcerers, alchemists, seers, diviners, and fortune tellers are all punished by having their heads twisted backwards and being forced to walk about backwards for eternity as they try to see forward into the future. They are not permitted to look forward in hell. Grafters and blackmailers are sunk in boiling tar and flogged by demons. The tar is symbolic of the sticky nature of the grafters. Hypocrites are punished by wearing robes that appear beautiful on the outside, but within are filled with heavy lead and are forced to walk about in an endless circle. Thieves are punished by monstrous reptiles that twirl themselves around sinners like living coils of hope. Of rope. Other reptiles dart about the pit, biting sinners and causing them to burn into ashes, from which they will perfectly reform. Other thieves are punished by being transformed into reptiles themselves and can only gain a human form by stealing it from another, which involves a painful transformation for both involved. According to Dante, thievery is reptilian in its secrecy, and is therefore punished by reptiles. Evil counselors move about endlessly unseen in great tongues of flames. Ugh, disgusting. Sowers of discord, unpunished by a are punished by a great demon with a bloody sword. They are hacked, and mutilated, ching ching, and then forced to drag themselves about until they can be sewn back together, only to await the process once more. As they destroy, split, and divided in life, what God had meant to be united, they themselves are destroyed, split, and divided. Ching ching ching! Falsifiers of things, people, money, and words are inflicted with a variety of maladies, from darkness, stage, thirst, filth, disease, and more. Alright, the last one. Treasury Lake Cositas. For treasury and complex fraud, sinners freeze in the depth or Lake Cositas, in the ninth and final circle of hell, as Dante considered treachery to be the worst. Most unnatural and human sins, it is the furthest from God's light and warmth. Therefore, the ninth circle is a frozen lake in the bottom of hell. The traitors themselves freeze within the lake, which is divided into 4 wings, with each wing representing a different type of treachery, with the worst traitors closer to the center of the lake, The four wings are Cana, traitors against kin and neighbors, and Tenora, traitors to country, Ptolomia, traitors against guests and hosts, and Judeca, traitors and masters. In the center of Cocytus is Satan, Satan's three heads, a perversion of the Holy Trinity, which is fired as 666, new upon the three greatest traitors in history, Brutus and Cassius, murderers of Caesar and Judas Iscariot, betrayer of Christ. Judas is punished most severely, being at first in Satan's mouth, and having his back raked by Satan's claws. The lake itself is formed from Satan's tears, and the beating of his wings as he tried to escape provides the icy winds that keep Cocytus frozen. That's rough. Very rough. This is why you should never go to hell. And prevent from committing any sins. Okay. Hell, crime, sins. Okay. Okay. That would sound very scary. Okay, those eternal hell fit the crimes. Okay, I'm gonna say, what signs are you going to hell? Haha! Original sin. Original sin is the sin that Adam committed, and a recognition of our essentially sinful nature. You can only get rid of OS by being baptized, so it's generally not something Catholics have to worry about after they're about a week old. Venial sins are a relatively minor spiritual infraction, not the best thing to do, but not send you to hell bad either. If you die and you committed venial sins, you still go to heaven. Probably. You don't even need to confess them. Mortal sins are the biggies. Grave actions committed in full knowledge of their gravity, and with the complete consent of the sinner. You will go to hell if you committed mortal sins without repenting. Will I go to hell? I only repent once. But then I continue. Oh crap. I need to go to the church. Very quickly. Polluting the environment. Engaging in manipulative genetic. This is the new sins. Polluting the environment. Engaging in manipulative genetic science. Social injustice that cause poverty. The excessive accumulation of wealth by a few. I'm just gonna say ped. I'm not gonna say the rest of the word. Taking or dealing in drugs. Those legal weed con? Probably. Abortion. Okay. The old favorites of 2008 lines of since when, like murder, marital. I'm not gonna say the word after that. So oh my gosh, no, stop. Divorce. Nah, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just gonna say must. Blasphemy, taking the Lord's name in vain, taking advantage of the poor, defrauding the working man of his wages, jealousy, and more. Okay. I did got near that experience, well, possibly many times, but for now I think it's only one or two. Only one or two that I got nearly dead experience. Like, I got an experience of near dead before and it wasn't funny. I'm not even joking around. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say reincarnation. Okay, my past life. I'm just gonna say calculation. Okay. Put your yeah, no. Okay. Sean. ML. Wallet. I'm not gonna say the bird, obviously. It's too personal. But all I'm gonna say is I'm 20 years old. Oh my gosh. So I got a past life. And contortionist. Oh, okay. Not bad. A spiritually based perceptive personality with a strong intuition. Okay, okay. Date of birth. I'm not gonna say it. In your past life, you were born 6. December 6, 1004. November. Yeah, that's when I was born. December 6, 1004. And in November 5, I died in 1048. In the age of 44. You probably were a contortionist. And you lived in a place we today call Greenland. So I was a Greenland citizen before. That's what happened. It all makes sense now. Okay, deadlock. Cancer in family. I did got few. Are you taking risk? A lot. Everyone does. Sometimes sport. But the figure, I'm gonna say regular. I don't say man on the gender, as there's no non-binary on this, so I'm gonna say male. Did I smoke? No. World perception, I'm gonna say neutral. Oh, at the age of 80. Not bad. So, Willow of Wishes. I'm not gonna say my wish. Okay, fine. I wish I have a girlfriend someday. Even married the future girlfriend. There you go. It's not even personal. It was my wish. And most of the time. Wish you good luck. Okay, I have to wait for someone else. Okay. That's where it was. Okay, love calculator. Okay, I'm gonna type a name. I'm not gonna say it. Because the name of my lover isn't your business for now. Ooh, 98%. Okay. I'm gonna say the first name of my crush. Her first letter is E. But not further than that, okay? Do I like Roblox? Why does it say no? I do like Roblox, everyone knows it. Start with something new at work or start a new job. Thanks a lot. It is said measure twice, cut once, however, there is no time for that. Okay. Be sober-minded. Be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. That sounds dramatic. You are the perfection of wisdom and beauty. You are in Eden, the garden of God. Your clothing was adorned with ever-precious stone. Red carnelian, chrysolite, white moonstone, beryl, onyx, jasper, sapphire, turquoise, and emerald. All beautifully crafted for you and set in the finest gold. They were given to you on the day you were created. I ordained and anointed you as the mighty angelic guardian. You had access to the holy mountain of God and walk among the stone of fire. You were blameless in all you did from the day you were created until the day evil was found in you. Your great wealth filled you with violence, and you sinned, so I banished you from the mountain of God. I expelled you, Almighty Guardian, for your place among the stone of fire. Your heart was filled with pride because of all your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. So I threw you to the hurt and exposed you to the curious gaze of kings. You defiled your sanctuaries with your many sins and your dishonest trade. So I brought fire from within you, and it consumed you. I let it burn you to ashes on the ground in the sight of all who are watching. All who knew you are appalled at your fate. You have come to a terrible end, and you are no more. That sounds kind of dramatic. Well, I guess that's what happened. I'm kind of nervous after that. I'm just gonna say hell and heaven is real. That's all I'm gonna say. You should never ever since. Because after that, God and Jesus will snap out of you. It won't be funny. It will not be funny. Rebel against God. And the situation will never be pleasant. Ever. Okay?